In today's video, I'm taking you through a cozy day of caring for my indoor plants, refreshing their soil, moving a few into bigger pots, and giving each one a little extra love. I'll also be tackling some light homemaking along the way, keeping things tidy and relaxing as we go. So let's spend the day nurturing our space together, and thank you for joining me. Talk about full winter on. Hi friends, how are you all doing? Welcome back, and welcome also if you are new. It was later in the evening here. We were all done work, and this rug here has been bothering me. First of all, I'm the type of person who usually has like Egyptian or like Persian rugs or Turkish rugs. So I'm not used to this small washable thin ones. When I got this runner, I also bought the padding because the first time I bought it, I didn't get the padding, and I realized it felt like I was sitting on a paper. And then I ended up getting the underpad, and it's still like, no, that whole situation, I don't like it honestly, but I spent money, so even though it wasn't expensive, I'm gonna keep it for the time being, but I'll never ever buy that type of rugs. That's my opinion and that's my choice. But here I was just turning on some incense. It's called Somali Unsi. It smells so yummy. I just wanted to kind of freshen up the air. Sean made some dinner here, so we're gonna go ahead and start up the night. So I want to start with here because as it's winter now, it's getting colder. And I want to bring some of my plants this way. One, I want to move them away from the window. But two, I don't know if you noticed this. Our light here under the cabinet is starting halfway somehow. It works when it feels like it, and it doesn't work when it doesn't feel like it. So therefore, they don't even get enough light. So I want to kind of like bring them this way and just kind of scatter them around, and then bring my KitchenAid, which I just brought out. Usually I have it inside the pantry, but I thought because I bake a lot now, I'll just bring it out. So I want to bring that and just kind of put it in this corner since I have to bring this plant's all here. However, I don't know what to do with this ivy. It's growing a little baby. I honestly don't know what to do with it. Do I leave it here because it's kind of like it got used to here? Maybe I should just leave it here. Yeah, it's really so cute here. And then my mint, it's growing so long and weird. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just clip it all together and just make like mint water, and maybe I can consolidate this. Actually, I really love this. I think I'm gonna keep it just the way it is. It's not nice. I think this one I'm just gonna keep it the way it is. Also, it's very dry. I need to water all of them. And I thought maybe I can consolidate. Maybe I'll take some of this and put it here because this here is really empty. So we'll work on this. Well, I'm gonna go ahead right now and just kind of bring them around. One thing I have noticed about me, I'm not sure if you have noticed, if you've been with me for a while, is that I never change my kitchen countertop styling and decors, because the way I see it is if it works for you and if it's functional, why change it? I do use like aesthetical kind of, functional items, But at the same time, I don't like to change things around too much. I'll add a couple of things here and there. So for the longest, I had this nice rectangular tray. And so today I thought I'd switch it to this long cutting board that I got as a gift from IKEA when we did our kitchen a year ago. Believe it or not, I never used it. And then I had also this pot here that I thrifted a while back, but I've been using it the opposite because I thrifted just after the holiday last year. And then I was waiting up until now for me to turn it around and show that little heart color. It's so pretty. It just has the right amount of colors. It's like a bunch of fruits shaped into heart, and it has a cute little God message. I love it. And then everything here that I have is all functional. We got our butter, our garlic dish, and then I have that little bowl that if I'm cooking or cutting stuff just to toss my ring in. And now I'm gonna switch this little board here, or this little picture frame. I use it for the fall time. So I'm just gonna switch to this one, which I use it throughout like the whole year. I got actually this for like I think $3 or $4 from Temu. I love their little frames. They are absolutely beautiful. So before I also move things around. A lot of my plants were very, very dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and water them as I go. I'm gonna clean up around the area as well. You're gonna see me cut some of them. Some of my colliuses, there was a pot that looks like it's a patchy. So it had like a two long branches that were very tall. I just kind of cut them like down to the bottom. And then I just put them in a water so that it can grow roots. This way I can add it in the same pot to just fill it up. And the mint, like I said, it was growing long. I can't even believe this mint, y'all, is from my mint that I completely cut down. And there was a one tiny branch sticking out that I just potted and decided to grow. But I noticed because I had to put a paper towel underneath and it was growing mold. So what I did is that I put water and vinegar in the bottom of this bowl and I just let the mint pot sit into that vinegar and water just to clean at the bottom. But guess what? It also waters from the top, bottom, and vinegar doesn't really hurt them. It just kind of helps them actually grow better, but also kills any bacteria or anything like that. It's wonderful. I've been using vinegar on all of my plants this summer. That's one thing I learned. So I'm gonna go ahead. Some of these collies, by the way, I'm gonna be giving away this weekend coming. I do have a party that I'm hosting this weekend. It's actually called the Thrift and Sip Party. Hopefully, I'll kind of show you guys a couple of clips. I'll try to take some photos or just film a couple of clips. But look at the mint. I cut it completely down, all those long ones, and I cleaned the mint leaves and then I add it in this jar with some ice. I'm gonna shake it together and just put it in the fridge because there's nothing better than to wake up in the morning and have a nice glass of mint water. But y'all, get ready because we're about to get down and get dirty and start resoiling, start repotting. We're just going to be taking care of all the plants. To all the ladies that have indoor plants, you just want to enjoy some cozy day with me here. Welcome. Let's do this together. If you want to do it along, by all means. I'm just going to say a couple of things in Somali because I do have some mamas that are Somali that watch that have a hard time understanding English. So I'm just going to say a couple of things because I promised them that I was going to share this as well. Hooyooyinka oo i weydiisteen plantska oo guriga sida loo take gareeyo videogan idinkana lagu talagala maanta kusoo dhawaada. Maxay ahayd sanadkii 2 jeer camal ayaan bedelaa dhiiqadan ka bedelaa kii weynaade pot weynaa qaadaa aan mid ka weynaa dhexgeliyaa kii aad u weyn aan rabin inuu iga weynaado waa kala gooyaa qaar diba hoos u yareeyaa caleenta badana haddaa goysid oo biyo dhexgelisid waxaa kasoo baxayo xidid xididka biyaha markuu soo baxo soila gelinaysaa dhac new planta aa ku imaade. So today waan idin share gareynayaa plantskayga saan u take care gareeyo. Usually waxaan sameeyaa springka markuu winterka naga sii baxayo intuu summerka bilaabanin iyo markuu maxay ahayd winterka uu noo soo bilaabanayo. So welcome.
Good morning. It's the next morning now. I'm just having a mint water. I usually take my morning pills and vitamins. It's very peaceful. We do have a little bit of dishes. That's because the dishwasher was running last night, so it needs to be unloaded. And so this morning I want to do my to-do list. So I'm going to write down my to-do list.
I kind of write down what I would like to get done on this day. I was doing more of housekeeping, and Sean was assigned to all the homemaking. On this day, he was doing any cooking and any cleaning that had to do with that cooking and the rest of the homemaking in the house because all I wanted to do on this day was concentrate on my plants and just take my time. And I was also working. This was very early in the morning. So I wanted to make tea and just start up the day by setting up the coffee for everyone else as well. And I wanted to have some tea. So was Ayub. And so we're just going to take it easy in the morning. And it's later in the afternoon that we're going to pick up. And you're going to see the sun goes down and becomes an evening again. And sometimes, you just got to get it done when you have a moment. Some of us still have to work full time, and I try to bring you guys along on my homemaking days, just a day to day, see what my day looks like. As I was making tea, I also realized and noticed that my tandoori masala spice jar here was empty. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill it, and yeah, we're gonna begin soon.
Let me tell you something. I'm the only one who usually drinks this coffee, and the boys usually drink an espresso. But for the first time, everyone is drinking this because they like the taste of that light, and now it's so strong. But right now, I'm not making a lot of coffee. I'm just making a little bit for Sean because I'm making me tea. And I usually likes tea as well, my older son. The Nespresso machine, it needs to be deep cleaned. We also need to refill our Nespresso coffee. We don't even have any more Nespresso, so I need to deep clean this whole area and reorganize this area somehow. We have a lovely shoelace in here. I don't know. That's just life. Life happens, real life. I got all kinds of things here. I need to clean this area. But right now, it's time to turn this coffee on.
And at this point, my tea is ready, so I'm just pouring it into this thermos, which keeps it nice, fresh, and warm so that we can just drink it throughout the day without having to worry about warming it up in the microwave every time you pour a cup. And this was later on in the day. I was done work already. I also got a delivery from AROMADD. Ooh, y'all, this is so beautiful scent. I had worked with AROMADD a couple of videos ago, and they got their new scent for the holidays. It's called Christmas Tree. This essential oil. It smells absolutely fabulous. And she was kind enough to send it to me to test it out. It smells so, so good. This is not sponsored or anything like that. But honestly, if you're in looking for or shopping for a diffuser or just a gift ideas for this holiday, I highly recommend that diffuser. And I will be using it in our next video, which will be decorating throughout the house. At this point, our grocery was delivered already, and Sean is taking care of that. And I am going to start up with the plants.
Okay, it is time to take care of the ladies. This all started up with literally branches, just leaves, a bunch of leaves that I put it in water, got roots, and I filled it. And I love how filled it is here. I need to take them all out of the stands, bring them one by one. And what I usually do is that I just dig out like the top soil out, and then I mix the bottom, and then I add other fresh soil. I do have a couple of them for different plants here. Snow is a little bit melting, but it's still cold. I mean, we're only November, the beginning of many more winter months. So let's do some plant soiling here.
Believe it or not, this Schefflera was actually gifted to me by my previous manager 2 years ago. It was like early spring. We were all bringing like a clip of our each indoor plants as like a, not a potluck, like, hey, everybody bring a plant. And some of us brought plants that we already had. I never had a Schefflera and someone brought that and it was him. There was one tiny little branch that was left in a Ziploc and just kind of wrapped in a wet paper towel. So I brought it home, put it in a water cup. I grew roots. And believe it or not, this is that Schefflera, y'all. Every summer, I used to, for 2 summers, actually, no, 1 summer, I should say. Last summer, I took it outside and it grew so big. But the more I keep it near the window or near the door, or any light, it just doubles up in size. So now I just kind of keep it away from the light because I'm not trying to get it to grow too big. And I'm going to also repot it into a bigger pot. And I was also testing out to see if it's going to fit, if this black pot that I'm going to put in, if it's going to fit in this beautiful stand. And it fit in perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and soil it in here. Now the Schefflera grew into two big branches also. At one point I thought of should I separate them? And then I was like, you know what? If I separate now, I'm gonna end up having way too many plants. I can't. I'm like, I'm just gonna contain them. So what I did is that I just kind of cleaned up as much roots as I can. So it's not as big and it's not gonna grow bigger that quick. And what I do is that I'm just using some of the old soil that I took it out along with some fresh soil by mixing it together, so it's not a huge shock to their system. And I'm this white powder I'm also adding, this is perlite. It is amazing. It helps with irrigation, it helps with moisture control. And honestly, I never have, knock on the wood, alhamdulillah, I never have those, what are they called, G-nuts or nuts. I never have those bugs at all. If I do, it's usually during the summer when they just somehow enter from the door during those humid days. But now, bro, this is my time to enjoy. This type of weather is what is this type of weather, minus the snow and the cold. But I love this weather because I don't have no bug worry. My fear is gone. I got to enjoy until it's like spring, summer, bug-free lady. Oh yeah, if you're new to my channel, my name is Horace, y'all. Welcome. Welcome, and I'm so glad to have you all. If you're confused to what I'm talking about, I'm a girl who's afraid of bugs. I don't do any outdoor activity. I don't do camping. I don't do, let me go in the walk for a walk in the woods. When I see those stories, people, things that happened to them, whether they were chased by a bear or a man chased them. My first question is, what were you doing in the forest or in the woods? Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you going to go for a walk and a run in the woods? I'm sorry. It has nothing to do even being afraid of bugs and stuff like that. Now you gotta have different kind of sanity to do stuff like that. So yeah, I don't do no living thing at all. And I try to keep all of my indoor plants as clean as possible. And I'm very picky with where I buy my plants. Plus all these indoor plants, honestly, that I have are a lot of like plants that I just propagated amongst each other. So I don't bring any more new plants. I tried a couple of times. I brought a lily and then I brought a couple of different rubber, what are they called? Not rubber. Yeah, I had a rubber plant and then I had a bunch of, what are they called? Oh my God. I can't think right now. Anywho, they never work. They always bring bugs in. And so I try to just keep what I have. Nothing new is going to come into my house. And at this point, I honestly think I have a little too much plant. Maybe the same kind of plant, but a little too much. So we're just going to keep what we have. Although I do gift a lot, I'm not going to lie, I propagate a lot. And then once they grow roots, I give them to my neighbors, to our friends. So yeah. Another name I forgot is this plant right here. This is not the rubber plant. Oh my God. How am I going blank today? Okay, I think I remember croton. Croton. Yes, it's croton. Oh my God. It's like when you're under pressure, you just go blank. Your brain is just playing mind games with you. I love this one. Here's another one. I completely am going blank again. I forgot what the name of this one is again. All right. This one, I decided to repot into this planter pot. This planter pot, I actually got it from Facebook Market back in the summer for $5. I really love it. I was going to use it in the front and outdoor, but I didn't end up using it because of my operation. All the project that I had in mind, I just didn't even accomplish. So I just kept it on the side and I love it. It's perfect for this plant to just to transport it from that small stone pot it was in to this one so it can breathe better. And I don't mind this specific plant to get bigger than it is. It's the only plant in the house that I don't mind if it grows bigger. And this, like I said, it does grow into a small tree. I think it can grow up to 6, 7 feet. So is the crotons. Did you know crotons can grow into big bush? Like if you go in tropical countries, I remember back home in Africa, like crotons are everywhere in every household at the front. It's right on the porch. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. But yeah, I'm so glad this is out the way. It's just a day that you just gotta take the time and just, it's a very cozy day. It's very enjoyable once you get into planting. I find it's very relaxing. It's so soothing. It's just very therapeutic. There's nothing more joyful, in my opinion, than just playing around with plants all day long.
Repotted that into a bigger pot because it is growing and I don't mind this one growing bigger. Technically this can grow into a tree size, literally. I think it can go up to 7, 8 foot maybe in a tropical country, obviously. And then as you saw that I also repotted the Chiflora because she's getting bigger also. I was thinking of putting that with this one here, which was the original one. This was the original, but then when I took it outside 2 years ago in the front, it started to double up and triple up the branches. So then when I brought them back in, I spread them into 2 pots. So that's why I have that second pot. However, I don't have enough soil, but I'm just going to use right now that one that I just opened up, which is just, honestly, it's just a potting mix. So, and it's great for this type of plant. Anyway, so I have this one to do, but I'm not going to do the pothos yet. I was going to do it right now. I can't do it because I love to have the regular soil and I run out of that. I don't want to use that one. I want to use the actual Miracle-Gro bag that I just got rid of. That's my favorite soil. I need to take a picture. Go back to the garbage and take a picture because some of these soil, they just literally are absolutely garbage. And they actually, not only do they not thrive, your plants, but they actually kill them. So, and I love my indoor plants. Eventually, I'm going to consolidate all those little guys that I spread around. But right now, what I need to do is finish this here. I have a little bit of scrap soil over there to just kind of help mix with this. the mess. Oh, I know it doesn't look as bad in camera, but it's bad. I have soil going everywhere. But I knew this was going to happen. Even though I tried to contain it all here, it still went through here and some there, so it's okay. First I'm going to deal with the big stuff. I love that mat. I got it from Temu. You can get it from Shein. You can get it from Amazon. Pretty much everywhere, and they're very inexpensive. But I will have everything that I can link that I'm using in today's video. I know some of you guys really wanted me to share this. And right now we're going to get into some cleaning. And then I'm going to water them, and then we're going to arrange them somewhere. We need to locate them into their new homes. I don't know where I'm going to spread them throughout the house, but some of them have bigger pots and they don't have a stand. Oh, my guy, he was always in here. And now Shipler took over. Damn. I got to find a solution. Anyways, we'll get to that. We'll work together. Now we're going to go ahead and clean this.
I've been trying hard to keep my cool, but when you're near, there's nothing that I can do. When you're walking in, I know it's true. It doesn't even matter how hard I try, 'cause when I hear your voice, my walls come down. Boy, you are the only thing I want. There must be a way I can make you see that if we fell in love, it will be so sweet. But when it's you and me, nobody can bring us down, bring us down. But I don't wanna love you if you don't love me back. 'Cause I don't wanna love you if you don't love me back. Yeah, I've been waiting too long for you. Oh, I don't wanna love you if you don't love me back. Say you wanna hear me call your name. Tell me that you want me, don't play that game. 'Cause I'm not gonna wait here like a fool. There must be a way I can make you see that if we fell in love, it will be so sweet. But when it's you and me, nobody can bring us down, bring us down. But I don't wanna love you if you don't love me back, baby, back. 'Cause I don't wanna love you if you don't love me back, baby, back. Yeah, I've been waiting too long for you. Oh, I don't wanna love you if you don't love me back, love me back, baby. I don't wanna love you if you don't love me back, love me back, baby. Don't you know I waited such a long time? Can't you see I wanted it to be us now? Darling, if you knew how this would turn out, we let the stars shine bright. Yeah, I've been waiting too long for ya. I don't wanna love ya if you don't love me back. Baby, please don't wanna waste my time on you. 'Cause I don't wanna love you if you don't love me back, baby, yeah, I've been waiting too long for you. Oh, I don't wanna love you if you don't love me back, love me back, baby.
I gotta say, cleaning just never ends. I can constantly vacuum my home, and there's always something to be vacuumed. I used to vacuum like in the morning and at night, but now I just vacuum as I go all day long whenever there's something on the ground. Because we have the vacuum right here in the kitchen, it's easy and convenient for us to just grab it and vacuum. So I like to just, quickly take the time to vacuum. And since I have the vacuum, I'm gonna run through the living room as well. And as you saw, Sean, he was actually making dinner. He was the chef and in the kitchen tonight making us dinner. And as always, to be honest, Sean and I are always hanging around together. Whether I'm filming or not, we're always together. Even if you don't see him in my videos sometimes, he's usually around me. And so now before I water all the plants, I just took a little yarn and just tied together the two branches in the cheffler because they looked like they were having a little bit of separation anxiety, like the way I tied them here, just so that they can grow straight and not grow leaning sideways. And so I'm gonna water them, and then I have to figure out designated areas for each plant and just play around with them.
All your friends are saying you're doing fine, but how about last night when you cried your eyes out? I bet they're not aware you came by, and now my mind's a mess. It keeps telling me there's no one like you. Oh, how will I get through all these nights when I'm alone? I keep scrolling through my phone now. I wish there was a pill to get over someone you love, but doesn't have no more. Doesn't have no more. I wish I could delete every inch of me that feel like you're all I need and more. You're not all I need no more.
I'll put it here. I think I might tie these two branches together also, just so that they grow straight, but sometimes I just lean it on the wall. There. Feel better now. I have the other one here, the Chefflera. I just kind of put them in each corner. And of course, you know me, I like to switch things around. This is here. That actually, someone is picking it up from Facebook Market. It was my old shelf that used to be in my bathroom, so I sold it. Someone's picking it up, but yeah, I like it here. And we'll see this one. This one I might need to bring them, like obviously, actually, all of them. I need to bring them to the front every morning while the sun is out, and so they can get a little bit of their vitamins, a little bit of, sunshine. That one is fine because there's brightness that comes from that door, so it's okay. And this one, it usually gets enough bright from just opening the blinds. But that's about it. That wraps it up. And then once I get the soil, this is the other pothouse that I do want to kind of resoil, but then I also want to chop it all out so that it's small, and then I'm going to restart the process this and probably give this away because all of this is so pretty. But we're going to continue this on a different day once I get my soil, maybe on a Sunday reset. But until next time, stay safe and stay blessed, and thanks for coming along. Because Sean has supper ready right now, so I'm about to have some tacos. You know what I forgot? Baby girl over there, she was never watered. Yeah. Girl. How can I forget my lovely? One, I forget her name. Then, I forgot to water her. Oh, bless you, baby girl. Please don't hate on me. Think she's good.